Dark Discoveries is a podcast that dives deep into the darkest corners of history, mystery, and the downright bizarre. We discuss real events that may include graphic detail, adult themes, strong language, not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
We're here to inform, entertain, and maybe make you laugh nervously in public, but never to glorify criminals or make light of victims. Our research is thorough, but hey, we're not perfect.
We don't claim to be historians, so if we get something slightly off, blame Dustin. All opinions are our own, and sometimes even those are questionable.
Welcome back to Dark Discoveries. I'm your host, Dustin, and we have a very special Friendsgiving episode here, and I'm with my my friends. Oh, you don't think that's funny?
No, we're just showing you don't have any friends.
No, I was just joking that I was calling you guys my friends.
Oh, okay.
And I'm with
Jimbo?
And I'm Jackae.
So we're going to start this with kind of a little brief history on the origins of Thanksgiving. It's not probably what you're accustomed to. School kind of teaches you a little bit more of a romanticized version. So this is
Squanto and the Indians.
Yeah, he's in there. He was real. Just please.
Squanto?
That was the name of the Indian.
Please.
Why did I think it was something else?
He had a different name, but he also went by Squanto.
Yeah.
We'll get it. We'll cover that.
Did you not go to third grade?
Apparently not.
Third grade was in 1994.
And I was a sophomore in high school then.
So just please bear with me. We're going to have a lot of tribal names that are going to be hard to say. And we mean no disrespect.
I don't have any. I have
either.
just funny facts about what we eat.
I thought Jimbo was going to start this off. So when I did this, I was like, well, he can deal with this. And he was like, oh, no, you can lead it. So the 1621 harvest feast between the Plymouth, messing up on easy words, the Plymouth colonists and the Wampanoag
Hey, I liked some of their music. Wham.
I love
tribe
Wham.
of people was a desperate high stakes affair driven by the mutual survival rather than simple friendship. So they want to teach you like we came together as friends. That's not really the story. We're going to just remember, just going to touch upon this. Maybe next year we go even deeper, but
That's what she said.
I'm going as deep as we can go, baby. This is as far as we got. So at
I
least
thought that was the turkey neck.
so
This is going to be one of those
I feel like I
boy.
feel like I need one of them little hands or something now. But
take a hold of my good hand. You need some mashed taters.
You got one right there. Little
So-
slappy hands.
we're at least going to give you the foundation to where you can go farther yourself, further into this, go down some rabbit holes. So, like I said, it was a rough, bleak time. The English pilgrims were a broken group. Nearly half had died during the first winter, which they kind of dubbed starving time, forcing them to steal from the natives caches before securing their alliance that they ended up coming down the road and getting. It's documented that colonists also turned to cannibalism for survival, which human bones were found with butchering marks. So it's a bleak time. You do what you got to do, So, if we can't eat each other anymore, we're going to rob from the Indians and take their food. They settled in Plymouth, Massachusetts, which back then it was Puntuxet, I think is how you would say it. Patuxet. This stuff doesn't look anything like it's pronounced, and I probably should have just saved it on my phone and hit it every time.
Let me ask you a question, and I think Jackie has talked about this before, but Have you ever went and seen Plymouth Rock?
I have not.
Have you?
No, I haven't.
It is like, you think of like this big old...
Oh, I'm sure it's the most.
Tiny.
It's just a little bitty
Just a little
rock.
guy.
You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Is it really the same rock, or is it just a rock to commemorate?
They say it's the Plymouth Rock.
It's just that's one of those places like when
I'm
you go
thinking
to
of like a crater in the ocean, like one of them big old...
You're thinking of Boulder.
Yeah.
like we hit Plymouth Rock before we hit land.
like sunk the Titanic.
Yeah, and we're sinking and we come to land. So this is where we end up. It's kind of like going to Alexandria, Indiana. I'm just going to throw it out there because I believe it's still the world's largest rubber band balls there. When you go see it, or it's like the world's largest, ball of paint.
Paint. Yeah, they add a layer to it every
It's
trip.
paint. It's a ball. You're not seeing much. Same thing with Plymouth Rock. You're just, okay, I've seen this everywhere I've ever been.
What is it in the vacation movie where he's like talking about the Grand Canyon? It's like, oh, big hole, gotta go.
Eddie.
Yes.
So that first winter, most like half of the, we lost half of the settlers, or the I don't know if you really call them settlers yet, or the colonists, were wiped out, and then like 90% of the Wampanoag Indians were wiped out, mainly from smallpox and leptospirosis, leptospirosis, which is basically being exposed to animals that are kind of infected, that come in contact with feces and urine, which contaminates the soil. So you mean you're kind of poisoning yourself at that. So a lot of the plagues,
like our White River.
Oh, no.
Man, and what's funny is the White River all across the state gets bad. It's not just like one section. It's like, it's the White River.
It's the White River.
What's in the White River? Binky the three-eyed fish. So, that's just, a lot of that stuff, was from feces and bad sewage, was a lot of where our plague started. It's no exception in the New World. So the leader of the Indian tribe, Massasoit, Massasoit. I needed to just save this on my phone and play it every time because I look like an idiot. Was not seeking friendly neighbors, but rather a strategic military ally to protect his vulnerable people from the rival Indian tribe, the Narragansett, or Shut, Narraga.
We're just spelling this entire episode.
I wish we were on YouTube and we have one of them bouncing balls at the bottom of the screen when he starts going like that. Dude, his head's going up and down like this.
When I was doing this, and I was doing it last night, it kind of made sense. But when you go to do it for real, this stuff doesn't make any sense. It's like they're speaking another language or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This tense alliance was brokered with the help of Squanto. We're not going to go into his real name because it's hard to say too.
Why
don't you see if that's the name that Jackie remembers?
It is spelled Tisquantum. Squanto. I didn't give the breakdown for the first name, just for Squanto.
All right, that was good.
A man who was only able to interpret them because he had previously been kidnapped and sold into slavery by earlier English settlers. The 3-day feast itself was likely a diplomatic event, a show of force and gratitude after the colonialists fired celebratory muskets and served a brief, fragile pause in the brutal reality of early colonial existence. So they celebrated, which that was such a cluttery sentence. They celebrated by firing their muskets, which in return kind of didn't set well with the natives. They were like, we were hearing this, so they're kind of gearing up for like a battle. I mean, they're not used to this stuff. So you have these rednecks coming in basically, making a bunch of noise. And they're like, we're just going to have to defend ourselves. But they did slowly gain some trust, but there was a lot of brutality in all this. So I know you're dying to know, on that first Thanksgiving, What was on the menu?
Mac and cheese.
In 1621, or was it in 1565 in Florida? Well, we're going to stick to 1621. We're not going to get into the Florida gathering. That can maybe be saved for next year if the podcast makes it another year. See, I got Jackae over looking, so I've got you. Something you guys didn't know.
Well, you just thought you were being stupid again.
No, it's real. So we're going to stick to the 1621 Thanksgiving. So that first Thanksgiving, it is believed that the natives brought venison, waterfowl, ducks, geese, maybe even some passenger pigeons were consumed, which I just don't want to think about eating a pigeon. Among was also seafood like lobster, clams, and mussels. Eels were plentiful in the time up in the Northeast. Corn was a staple, but it was used more for porridge and cornbread. It's good to know cornbread has roots way back because I love cornbread. Beans were likely served, but mainly as a stew or with other dishes. Pumpkins and squash were likely eaten, but not in pie form. I don't know why you'd want to eat a pumpkin if it ain't in pie form. It's blasphemy. Other things like onions, carrots, and greens would also be eaten along with nuts and fruits that were foraged and eaten as well.
All right, Dustin, for your Thanksgiving this year.
No.
You're not going to have anything on your table for Thanksgiving that you personally don't go outside and forage for. What are we having?
I'm going to forage my ass to the grocery store. And we're going to have all the good stuff. Like, just give me, well, you'll know on my plate what I'm going to forage for because we're going to cover that before we get done. I have a whole section.
I'm sure you do because everything revolves around food with you.
Okay, Mr. Second Lunch, Second Breakfast.
All I had was breadsticks tonight. You'd be proud.
And that is a Lord of the Rings reference. Yes.
He doesn't
Second
get that
breakfast.
either. That's the funny thing is he's never seen them.
Has he not heard about elevensies?
Potatoes.
So it's believed that turkey was probably eaten at the first Thanksgiving, but it didn't become a staple until the late 1820s. The early 30s when author Sarah Josepha Hale, it's Joseph with an A at the end, so I guess it's Josepha, featured turkey as the main dish in her 1827 novel, Northwood. She would also campaign for Thanksgiving to become a national holiday. The modern tradition of presenting the president with a live turkey became popular in the early 1940s, which would eventually lead to cement turkey as a centerpiece for Thanksgiving dinner.
But wasn't it Benjamin Franklin that wanted the turkey to be the national?
I've got that
bird?
coming.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm filled with
You
all
wouldn't
this
look at my notes because
knowledge.
you want to be so surprised, but I got that. Just
Maybe because I'm already full of all the knowledge that you're about to drop.
well, that the listeners may not be, so I don't want to ruin it for them, Jimbo.
I didn't ruin it for them.
Just remember, friends can be dysfunctional and still be friends. Just like families.
We're going to have to change this from Friendsgiving to acquaintance. Giving.
And that acquaintance is still pending because it's going to change before it's over. Around the 1950s, ham started to become more of a popular choice. Just saying, it became popular because ham is a really good staple in Thanksgiving. Maybe even better than turkey.
No, I'd say for Christmas.
We do it for turkey with Thanksgiving, Easter. Turkey is where it's at. So,
Oh, yeah.
or not turkey. Ham's where it's at. Sorry, you're getting me flustered over here.
Did take long.
But it was more economical at the time to have ham. So you kind of eat what you got. There's no rules in Thanksgiving as long as there's macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes and some rolls and some dessert. I don't care what you cook. Just have my mac and cheese. So a brief, real quick timeline of history. So the first technical Thanksgiving, they kind of credit back in 1565, was the first recorded Thanksgiving celebration in North America, which was by the Spanish settlers in Florida. So they kind of had something going on down there because you have to remember, the birth of America really happens down in Florida and makes its way up, I think. So in 1621, the Plymouth colonists and the Wampanoag is what I'm going to call it after I've butchered it 5 times already, shared a harvest feast, which is widely considered the first Thanksgiving in the American colonies. So they weren't really colonies when that happened in Florida. So does it really count? In 1777, all 13 colonies celebrated a day of thanksgiving and praise to commemorate America's victory over the British in the Battle of Saratoga. 1789, President George Washington declared November 26th as a national day of thanksgiving and prayer. And just a side note, which I think we'll maybe cover at some point, the day of Thanksgiving kind of changed throughout the decades and the different, every so often presidents, moving it to this and that. It finally settled to its, the last Thursday in November. It's just one of those things that they moved it for different reasons, economical reasons, different things. In 1863, during the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln, influenced by writer Sarah Josepha Hale, declared the last Thursday of November as a national Thanksgiving holiday to unify the country. Because at that point, what year did the Civil War end? 1863? Was that the year it ended?
65, maybe? Somewhere in there.
So we're still battling, but, you're still need to bring everybody together. Also on 1775, on Thanksgiving Day, the Army Corps of Engineers was formed during the American Revolutionary War. 1922, King Tut's tomb was found by British archaeologist Howard Carter. His team was the first people in over 3,000 years to enter King Tut's burial chamber. In 1920,
I've been in there. It's pretty amazing.
I've not made it there yet, but
That
maybe
explains a lot about you.
It does, doesn't it? So, yes.
She was sniffing the sand.
I smuggled some home in my shoes. So I kept it in my
Jackie
toes.
statements
much
do not
of it.
necessarily endorse the views expressed on this podcast. Dustin and I have no knowledge of that.
Yeah, when you go to the beach or anywhere with sand, it's going to come back with you.
That's right. That's all I did. It just happened to be in my shoes on the plane on the way home. It was fine.
Now, if it was in a vial or a jar, is a different story that we will never know.
But it wasn't then. It was in my shoes.
So in 1924, we had the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade held in New York City. In 1934, the first NFL Thanksgiving Day game was played. 1941, Franklin Delano Roosevelt reestablished the first Thursday of November as Thanksgiving Day. Like I said, different times it kind of changed. Sorry I failed you by not telling you when it changed, but it changed. The 1947, the tradition of the president pardoning the turkey, which would have been the White House's main Thanksgiving dinner, began with President Truman.
I heard that this year Trump was not going to pardon a turkey because, according to him, he's the best gobbler around.
Yep, he's a turkey. Gobble, 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 gobble.
I'm so sorry. I could not help myself. It was the
You
best
would think
thing.
you would think he would pardon the turkey because he is a turkey, but that's
No, he's a gobbler.
he's full of giblets. In 1980, on Thanksgiving Day, we had the rematch of the Miracle on Ice, which unfortunately Canada beat us at that time, but we beat them the first time, so that's all that matters. In 1985, Air Egypt Flight 648 was hijacked. And in 1996, the Mars Global Surveyor was launched. So, Jackie, don't you have some facts for us on trivia? Maybe some...
I got some fun facts for you, buddy. None of these are pertaining to any of the real old history. This is a lot of
That's just what makes
new
us
stuff.
That's what makes us laugh. That's all that matters.
That's right. So, I absolutely loved on our 4th of July episode talking about just the amount of hot dogs and hamburgers.
Exactly. That's why when I was making my notes, I made sure I was like, man, we had fun talking about beer,
Yes.
and hot dogs and hamburgers. So I got to make sure, just in case Jackie isn't ready for this.
Oh, no, I'm
I
ready.
have numbers
I got
ready.
stats.
Imagine that, Jackie. Want to talk about wieners?
Always.
That's what she said.
Yes. So Americans eat roughly 46 million turkeys on Thanksgiving, which, to put that into a perspective, that is more than the entire population of Spain. Just so you know, that's how many turkeys we eat in one day.
A lot of dang turkeys.
Yeah.
They're good.
It is something. So anywhere from 88 to 89% of Americans include turkey with their Thanksgiving meals, which is a huge number considering vegans and, people that are wrong. So it's good. Each year, the U.S. produces nearly 5 billion pounds of turkey, and over 50% of all turkey sales happen just for Thanksgiving. The average turkey purchased is about 15 to 16 pounds. So, nice sized bird for a little family there. The average American consumes anywhere between 3,000 to 4,050 calories just on Thanksgiving Day.
I don't want to take your thunder, but I'm trying to figure this one out.
Yeah.
This is one of my numbers. The average per capita turkey consumption per person in the U.S. is roughly 14.8 pounds of turkey. I don't eat 14.8 pounds of turkey
I'm
in a
assuming
year.
that's got to be a year.
It's in a year, but
Yeah.
even Christmas, Thanksgiving, if you did it on Easter, that's a lot of turkey.
Yeah, but are they talking about like lunch meat sandwiches too?
Yeah. It's
Subway,
gotta be.
you
It
could-
has to be
could
lunch meat because I'm like 14 pounds of turkey, but is lunch meat turkey really turkey?
Yeah. So most people eat a second Thanksgiving meal within 2 hours of their
Dustin never
first.
stops.
So we will cover that. Trust me, we will cover that in the end when we talk about what's on our plate.
Fair. So over 56% of Americans admit to unbuttoning or changing their pants after their Thanksgiving
So while you wear
meal.
sweatpants or basketball shorts,
Or maternity
See,
pants.
We plan. That's good. In 42 states, stuffing is voted the most beloved side dish.
Yeah, not a fan.
hot take, I'm not a big stuffing
Me either.
or
Cranberry sauce
stuffing.
either.
I like just hold on the cranberries. Hold that thought. So you have stuffing and dressing.
Neither one.
Don't care for either. But you brought up cranberries. Did you know about 80 million pounds of cranberries are purchased during the Thanksgiving
Yes, because
season?
I have that written right here.
Okay.
So yes.
There's nothing better than when.
I love a fresh cranberry.
Oh, I like when you just get the ocean
Oh,
spray.
you like the jelly? Yeah,
And you
I like
knock it out of the
real
can,
cranberries.
and then it has those ridges to where you just cut it on the ridge, and it's
It's all
perfect.
perfect for you. Well, 63% of Americans say that they prefer side dishes over the actual turkey.
Yes.
Yes, 40% of all cream of mushroom soup sales happen for green bean casseroles on Thanksgiving.
No.
So 40% of your sales in one day. All right, mashed potatoes are ranked in the top 3 nationwide. Rolls, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes are continuously in the rise and slowly outranking mashed potatoes.
So I have
It's kinda crazy.
some numbers on that. If you don't,
Food.
Oh, I've got some. 72% of Americans insist that all their food must be touching when they fill their plates.
So that means the 28% say, I don't want any of my food to
the
touch.
28
Yes.
the 28% have OCD,
Yes.
or
Which I
the
thought that was
other
pretty fun.
percent just doesn't have a big enough plate.
Or they have the divider plates,
Yes, yes.
Those take up space. Like it's got a touch. It's like a Chinese buffet. You just pile it high and you go sit down and.
So desserts, boys, 45% prefer pumpkin pie, apple, and pecan in that order.
Now, if you're in Indiana, there is one that you forgot about, and it's on my list, but I'll mention
Sugar
it
cream
now.
pie.
Nothing is finer than a Wix sugar cream pie.
Yeah, it was a post-depression pie. It's made out of water.
It's like
crazy.
I don't know if it's the official pie of Indiana.
It is, yeah.
But if it's not, it is now.
Yeah.
And fun fact, you don't have to bake them because they're already baked. I like them cold so I can eat them off of the pie crust and leave the pie crust behind because we don't need those calories. We get enough. But I've never seen anybody mad while eating a sugar cream pie.
I'm not a fan.
I don't like pie.
They're just weird.
So I will bring you next week a sugar cream pie.
I won't eat it.
Yeah, I won't either.
The thing is, with it cold, you can eat it right off, and it's just like Jello or pudding.
Not a fan.
Man,
yeah,
you
it's
are.
just kind of a weird one.
Were you
for
dropped
me.
on your head as a child?
No,
I
if
was.
I have to eat a pie, I will eat one of the berries. Strawberry is my favorite.
Strawberry pie? I've never
Strawberry's
had a
good.
strawberry pie. I don't
Strawberry's
think.
really good.
You've never had a strawberry
I like
pie?
strawberry rhubarb.
Well, I guess you're talking about like actual strawberries, and then in that
A pie crust?
no, that sugary gelatinous stuff that they pour all over. the
Not,
berries.
not a strawberry
you-
shortcake.
Yeah, you bake it and it creates a syrup.
I like blackberry pie and blueberry pie, but that's about. But I can do without any of them because I'm allergic to strawberries. But it's worth it every once in a while.
I have a new appreciation for key lime pie. I had
love
one on
key
vacation, and I'm not a big fan, but done right, it hits the spot. But it's
What
not a
about
Thanksgiving
coconut
pie.
pie? You like coconut pie?
My aunt before she passed away, made a fantastic coconut cream pie, but she would not give us the recipe. She just said, get this, this, and this, and I'll do the rest.
I never told you.
Never told it. And she died, as far as I know, she died with the recipe.
Well, the average American eats 2 to 3 slices of pie every year on Thanksgiving, with over 12% admitting to 4 or more.
Pies, not.
Does not cutting the pie count as one piece?
So 47% of Americans expect their leftovers to last 2 to 3 days. 30 purposely cook extra food just to have leftovers that they don't have to cook. Turkey sandwiches are the number 1 leftover meal, and over 23% say the leftovers taste better than the original meal, which some things I could agree with on.
Some things
not
like
so much.
soups and maybe like potato salad and that stuff.
Yeah.
The longer it's in the fridge, it gels together more and it really penetrates. But most of it, I'm going to disagree with.
That's like your chili. Chili always tastes better the second day.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
soups are a
absolutely.
great thing, but I don't see it being. I think the longer the pie's in the fridge, the better it gets. The longer the turkey, no. The longer the mac and cheese, no. Mac and cheese
gets poopy.
It is one of my favorite foods on this planet, if done right. And a lot of places don't do it right, but if it's done right, it's fantastic. But it does not warm up good.
I'm glad we have chef connoisseur Dustin with us
Absolutely,
today.
right?
Hey man,
So-
I'll put you on where you need to go.
Well, the average American Thanksgiving meal costs for about 10 people costs $195 just in groceries. That's not including time and labor.
Per person.
And I seen that.
For a family of up to 10.
Oh, okay.
And I seen where it said the average host spends about $396.
Yes, and that
And that's
includes
food,
decorations, yes, all that other
drinks.
stuff.
That's a lot. Like, do you guys remember
Yeah,
seeing?
this is just the food.
Do you guys remember seeing? And the food costs are on the rise. The lady, like, it went viral that she was going to charge her family.
Oh, geez.
I'm like, dude, by all means, give mom $10 or $20 a person because she's putting all this on her. So I help her cook.
Well,
and
I
prep.
always like the story about the lady that
It's a financial
sent
burden.
wrong
the pie?
No, that sent the text message to the wrong kid.
Oh, and he
they
shows
come
up every year. That's
for
so
Thanksgiving.
I was going to cover
Yeah.
that, but I didn't because. But it's a feel good story.
Yeah, it is.
Well, grocery store foot traffic spikes over 400% the day before Thanksgiving.
They forgot
That's
something.
and it is 1 in 5 Americans have forgotten at least one essential item and have to run, and that is exactly why. Over 49% say they always run out of one item. Can you boys guess what it is?
Deviled eggs.
It's an essential for cooking.
Deviled eggs. Probably milk or butter.
Butter.
No,
You better
here's the
believe
thing.
it. Mm-hmm.
That's people who are cooking for the first time.
Probably.
Because if
You know.
if you have done any type of cooking for your family on a big meal like this, you got to get everything. I mean, my mom's only time you run out of stuff is because we ate it all, not because we forgot to get it.
So Thanksgiving Eve is actually one of the biggest bar nights of the year. It is called Drinksgiving in bars.
You stole your stuff from the same place I did.
Wine is the top Thanksgiving alcohol. Over 50% of households serve that as their main drink. 32% say that Thanksgiving is their heaviest drinking holiday. Followed by what?
Christmas.
Valentine's Day.
There you go, Valentine's.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, it's Valentine's.
I thought Christmas or Christmas Eve would have been like number
Well,
2.
yeah, how you think all those ugly guys are going to get laid that night?
Yeah, that's right. That's
I just thought you had to deal with your family so you get drunk.
So regional food differences in the South, mac and cheese is number 1. For
Which
the dish.
makes me sad because I'm going to interrupt really fast.
Would you leave
Sorry.
her alone and let her finish?
So you talked about, how much mashed potatoes are made. It's like 214 million pounds of regular potatoes are made on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
50 million pounds of sweet potatoes. There's no number that tells you how much mac and cheese. Like, this is blasphemy.
About the black mac and cheese. Well, in the Midwest, we prefer corn casserole and rolls as our preferred sides. The Northeast clings to canned cranberry sauce, and the West sees higher in plant-based sides. So lots of salads.
I got to say this real quick.
Please.
One of my cousin's daughters, the youngest daughter,
Yeah.
you know what she asked Santa for this year?
What?
Paw Patrol macaroni.
Oh, I love that for her.
I haven't had shaped macaroni
Can we
like that
send
in
her
so
some
long.
boxes? I love that.
I think the last
Bless her
shaped,
heart.
Yeah, that's adorable.
I think the last one I had was Scooby-Doo mac and cheese like that.
Yes. So, fun fact, in the 1800s, Americans often ate roast goose as opposed to turkey. Sweet potatoes were once considered aphrodisiac at the holiday meal. Can you imagine Grandma piling that on Grandpa's plate? Like, take a little bit more. So, yes.
Oh, I love it. Your grandma's feeding me dessert potatoes.
Yes.
Grandma comes out with the belly dancer uniform on.
So, early Thanksgiving meals include oyster stuffing, calf's head, and pigeon pie, which I've actually had pigeon pie. It's a little weird, but
delicacy?
it's not terrible. It's a little weird.
That pigeon pie, you can go and toss that right in the trash
yeah,
can.
it's a little weird. So yeah, you already talked about the 2 million or 200 million in the potatoes.
Sorry, you were talking about potatoes earlier, and,
It's okay.
I got anxiety that you weren't going to come.
But I wasn't going to come back to it. It's all right.
It always comes back to potatoes,
Yeah,
buddy.
Americans consume 40 to 50 million pies, depending on the year. And then cranberries are eaten. Oh, wait. Enough cranberries are eaten to fill more than 11 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Could you imagine the wolf spiders they had to knock off of that to get to those? Oh my gosh. So 80% of households cook at least one item from scratch, and the average kitchen sees 25% more accidents on Thanksgiving Day than any other day of the year.
Wait, what? Hey. Oh, shit, I overslept. We got to put this turkey in this deep fryer.
Yeah, over 25% higher accidents in the
Can
kitchen.
you send
I got you guys covered here in a little bit.
Oh, I tell you what, that's probably a wonderful intro for you.
Okay.
Take over, buddy.
The bad part is,
So I've titled mine, so Dustin can shut up, is Dumb Things Done at Thanksgiving, Crimes, Pranks, Disasters, and Downright Stupidity.
Oh boy.
Are you ready?
Yes, don't make me laugh as hard as I did the last
We are going to play a game of try not to laugh. Are you ready?
No,
So-
you got me so bad last time.
Thanksgiving, no, because that hasn't released yet, because that comes out at Christmas.
It's Christmas, and guys, I sound like a freaking hyena. I can't stop laughing.
Oh, it's going to be good here too. Thanksgiving is supposed to be a time for gratitude, family, peace, and overeating to a point of personal shame.
Clearly, yes.
But for some
Unbuttoning your
people,
pants.
but for some people, you already left. You're out. But for some people, it becomes the perfect time to commit crimes, pull pranks, make catastrophically stupid decisions, or accidentally launch themselves into the Hall of Fame of bad ideas.
Oh no.
So tonight, we're going to explore some of the wildest, dumbest, and most unbelievable Thanksgiving stories from across history. These are the tales of the unhinged, the unlucky, and the unbelievably foolish people whose actions turn Thanksgiving into something straight out of a comedy horror anthology.
So we're going to learn why there's a warning on your pot and your little fire thing that says "Do not deep fry a turkey inside."
we get there. But Dustin, if there is one thing that you like to talk about on this podcast, what are they? We've talked about
gangsters.
We've talked about Parmesan ones. We've talked about.
I love a good heist.
That's why we're going to talk about for number one,
Especially
the Great
an odd one.
Thanksgiving Turkey Heist of 1981, buddy.
Oh,
I
baby.
can't believe you didn't know about this.
See, I looked and couldn't confirm. I couldn't confirm
Oh, I got you, buddy.
how real it was. But it also, I don't think it happened on Thanksgiving Day.
I got you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
In Stamford, Connecticut, a group of teenagers decided they needed more frozen turkeys for their Thanksgiving feast. But instead of going to the store like normal humans, they broke into a local supermarket's loading dock and stole 137 frozen turkeys.
Wow.
A lot of damn turkey.
The plan fell
Yeah.
apart instantly because their getaway vehicle, a 1974 Ford Pinto, a car barely able to carry groceries, let alone hundreds of pounds of frozen poultry.
No. Yeah. They did not account for the weight.
The turkeys burst the suspension. The Pinto's bumper dragged the pavement.
Oh no.
Sparks flew and police followed the metallic scraping sound straight to them.
That's great.
The boys were arrested while trying to push the overloaded Pinto uphill.
Oh no.
The sad part is I could have put them on to get better shocks and springs, engine parts to make that Pinto a little bit cooler because believe it or not, there were performance parts for those 2.3s.
But what do you think their defense was? What did they say? Quote, we were helping families in need. Of course. The judge
Okay, Robin Hood.
did not buy it.
Yeah.
The second thing we're going to talk about is the fried turkey apocalypse. Every year, Americans set their garages, lawns, decks, and occasionally themselves on fire by attempting to deep fry a turkey, as Dustin has said.
I believe the Christmas episode, we also talk about the turkeys.
Yes, I was done.
By all means, people, if it may be too late for somebody listening, I hope not. Get your turkey, get your pot, fill it with water, put your turkey in, and then mark when you take the turkey out where the water level is and maybe even go a little bit lower. So when you fry that turkey, it doesn't boil over. It's not rocket appliance, people.
Rocket appliance.
Rocket appliance.
So this case comes straight out of Phoenix, Arizona, where a man placed a completely frozen turkey into boiling peanut oil. Boom. What followed was a blast of fire so large it melted the siding of his house and ignited his neighbor's shrubbery. When firefighters arrived, the man told them, quote, I thought the ice would add flavor.
I hope that's not real.
Insurance called it an act of stupidity, not an act of
So
God.
I'm going to share a little bit of knowledge that a former insurance adjuster that works with me told me. Homeowners insurance pays for stupidity. But I don't recommend deep frying a frozen turkey, but they will probably replace your house if you burn it to the ground because they pay for stupidity.
So, Thanksgiving's there. I mean, let's think what happens now? The Black Friday deals actually start sometimes on Thanksgiving night, correct?
Some of
Or
them
Black
now
Friday.
they're
So-
starting like a couple of days before.
So
Right.
Walmart
Yeah.
actually starts like 2 weeks before because they realize that, you know what? We can make more money if we start this earlier.
What a great segue, Dustin, because in 2012, a Walmart in Pearland, Texas became the setting for one of the dumbest Thanksgiving adjacent crimes ever recorded. 2 women got into a fist fight over a $2 towel set.
Oh,
Witnesses claim one woman swung a plastic hanger like a nunchuck. The other weaponized a roll of Christmas wrapping paper. Their families were cheering them on. Police arrived
that's
to
the
find.
kind of support you want with your family.
I was like, is this in Beech Grove, Indiana?
But I say, does it give you a state?
Yes. Oh, man. I told you.
Where was it?
Pearland, Texas.
Oh, yeah, I live in Texas.
So their families were cheering them on. Police arrived to find both women wrestling on the floor, screaming that the towels were life-changing. Both were arrested, and neither one of them got towels.
Good. Yeah.
The number 4, the Thanksgiving disappearance that wasn't. In Minnesota, a family spent Thanksgiving morning panicking because their 82-year-old uncle who had dementia had vanished during breakfast.
Oh, no.
They called the police, alerted neighbors, searched the woods, and even had a helicopter on standby. 2 hours later, the uncle was found.
Asleep on the couch.
Sleeping in the dog's bed behind the couch. When asked why, he replied, quote, they looked more comfortable than the recliner.
Aw.
The turkey bowling incident in St. Paul, Minnesota, grocery store employees thought it would be funny to bowl frozen turkeys down the aisles after closing time.
Okay, that is fun.
Right.
The prank took a disastrous turn when one of the employees slipped on cranberry sauce, fell, and knocked over an entire refrigerated section. Damages exceeded $23,000. Management fired the entire night shift. Customers complained that the next day's turkey smelled like floor wax.
So they took him out. I would have thought they would have.
Oh, no, we're selling the bad boys.
You can't tell which ones went down the road.
I got so many questions.
It's the one with skid marks on them.
Why was there cranberry sauce?
Well, you gotta have it's probably to grease the lanes.
Yeah, they were waxing the lanes.
I just figured you're in a grocery store. It's already got a bunch of wax on the floor.
I thought they were just frozen in the bag.
You take a turkey that's frozen in the bag.
Yeah, just roll it on
and
down.
you roll it because I'm sure it's going to slide a little bit.
That would be so much fun. Oh my God. Why do I want to do
Who
that
needs
so
donkey
bad?
basketball when you got turkey bowling?
Of course, it wouldn't be a holiday list without a Florida entry, right?
Oh, always.
Florida man.
Daytona Beach, a man was arrested after he got into a heated argument with his brother over who got the last crescent roll. The fight escalated until the man threw an entire bucket of gravy onto his brother, followed by several dinner rolls thrown like grenades. Police reported gravy dipping from the ceiling. When asked why he did it, the man responded, quote, "He knows what he did." I claim dibs on that crescent roll.
I can understand if this was a deviled egg, but a roll,
That's one category that like I did not find anything on was deviled eggs, and that's something that's one of the only times a year I like really eat a deviled egg.
Oh man, every time Mom cooks big family dinners, I bought my mom a really nice handmade wood like serving tray that's cut out for deviled eggs, and I'm like, the bad part is they don't make it bigger so where I can put more on it because it only holds like 48, which is 24 eggs.
All right, for this next story, what is one tradition that comes on Thanksgiving morning?
The Macy's
Day Parade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to talk about the balloon disasters.
Oh no, I am ready.
See, I was going to try to save that for its own topic.
Well, too bad.
I hope you guys have a short memory because I will probably talk about this.
I only did one of them, so. But the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade has surprisingly a high number of balloon-related catastrophes. One notable event occurred in 1997 when high winds slammed the Barney balloon into a streetlight. Barney was torn open, deflated violently, and collapsed onto spectators like a giant purple parachute of doom. Handlers described Barney's last moments as traumatic. One witness said children were crying, adults were cheering. It was pure chaos.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I hated that dinosaur.
Oh, I did too.
Man,
my sister loved it. She was right at that age when it came out.
The family who fought with frozen pies. In 2015, a Massachusetts family made the news after a Thanksgiving argument over whether store-bought pie was acceptable. This escalated into a full-blown food fight where frozen pies were thrown like frisbees.
Ouch!
One dented the drywall.
Yeah.
One broke a ceiling fan blade.
Yeah.
One hit the family dog, who was unharmed, but he was offended.
Oh.
The father claimed, "A homemade crust is sacred." The son responded, "Your crust sucks."
What are you going to do with those pies, boys?
Police were not amused.
I just want to know what kind of bougie family is like, we can't have that because that's not
Oh my
homemade.
God, I love that family. I want to go to that family's house.
In
Invite me for over. I'm there. I will bring both pies.
In suburban Ohio, families woke up the day after Thanksgiving to find whole turkeys stuffed into their mailboxes.
What?
No one could explain who did it.
Well, back when turkey was like, 10 cents a pound,
yeah.
you could do whatever you wanted with a 20-pound turkey. It only cost you
They couldn't explain
$10.
who did it,
Careful.
why they did it, or how they had enough monies to buy 42 frozen birds.
That's a lot, yeah.
There was no note, no pattern, and no suspect. The police chief concluded, quote, "We believe the culprit simply wanted to confuse everyone."
Yeah, done. Mission accomplished.
It worked, yes. A man in Oregon, hid in a department store's bathroom on Thanksgiving Day so he could be the first for a Black Friday sale without waiting in line.
Uh-oh.
He survived the night by drinking from a sink and eating 2 packs of gum. Security discovered him sleeping under a
It
display
takes
table.
7 years to get that gum off your lungs.
He was arrested for trespassing, and he missed the cell.
Aw.
In Kentucky, a man raising exotic animals forgot to secure his enclosure before heading to Thanksgiving dinner. When he returned, all 3 of his emus had escaped and were terrorizing the neighborhood.
Emus are terrifying.
One chased a jogger. Emu. One ran into a gas station.
Oh, no.
One stood in the middle of the road like he had owned the place. Residents described the emus as angry dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It took animal control 6 hours to catch them. And I think this is the last one. In 1994, a church in Virginia held a massive outdoor Thanksgiving potluck. Dustin, you like the potlucks?
Not really.
Jackie?
It depends. Like, some women's potlucks, yes. Some people's potlucks, like my grandpa's, no.
If I can vouch for everybody cooking, I'd love a potluck.
Grandpa's just cleaned out his, 4-year-old freezers. And
But-
we're like, nope, don't eat that.
I grew up going to church, and you knew who stuff to eat and not to. So
Yeah.
And you better get there in line first because it's going to be gone.
because it's safe to eat what grandma brought, What your aunts brought?
It's never safe to eat what Grandpa brought in our house. We all know that.
It's funny.
The hot dogs that he put on the pizza has been cut up from 1967 or
A
something.
friend of mine was talking about his grandpa going camping with his grandpa, and his grandpa was making chili and just ashing in the chili. He's like, it was so good. I'm like, I don't really want to know if I want to eat cigarette ashes while I'm eating my chili. It gives it flavor.
So halfway through the meal, a faulty electrical cord ignited the tablecloth.
Oh, no.
Within minutes, the dessert table burst into flames.
Not the dessert table.
Congregants rescued pies like firefighters saving children. The only
Don't let that sugar cream pie burn.
the only casualty, a tray of yams that went up like a napalm grenade.
Was it really a tragedy? I don't think so. It was good.
Thanksgiving brings out the best in people and sometimes the absolute dumbest. From crimes of poultry theft to frozen turkey bowling, from emu uprisings to Towset brawls, the holiday seems to encourage chaos, overeating, poor decisions, and occasionally outright stupidity. But maybe that's part of the charm. Thanksgiving reminds us that while families gather, tempers flare, freezers overflow, and Black Friday destroys public civility, at the end of the day, we're all just trying to celebrate, survive, and avoid setting the house on fire with a deep-fried turkey. And if nothing else, these stories prove one thing. Gratitude is golden. Common sense, it's optional.
Amen. I love it.
So I overachieved and still have like 3 sections left. So I'm going to go first through some more, like just some fun facts about Thanksgiving.
Is it about food again?
It could be. So we already talked about, the Thanksgiving becoming a national holiday in 1863 when Lincoln declared it during the Civil War.
If you already talked about it, why you keep going through it?
It was there, but
I forgot where it was again.
Thomas Jefferson hated the idea of Thanksgiving. He thought it mixed too much church and state. He called it the most ridiculous idea ever conceived. Did he hate Turkey Day, or was it the link to the Indians? Because
I think you just didn't know which family he needed
never
to go
mind.
to.
That was Andrew Jackson that hated the Indians.
you hear me?
Sorry.
I think Thomas Jefferson didn't realize which family he needed to go to.
Well, yeah.
If you know what I'm saying. If you
Yeah.
know,
Do we go out back, or do we go to your mom's house, or do we just do it here? We don't know where we're going.
Awkward
But-
silence.
But turkeys were once worshipped by ancient Mayans. They were a symbol of power, fertility, and gods. Imagine telling a Mayan priest you deep fried their sacred bird.
What?
The
I've
Mayans,
been there and I didn't know this.
the Mayans thought it was a symbol of power, fertility,
wait a
and
minute.
even
I
gods.
study pyramids. I go on all. What? Where was this?
have you been to the Mayan one
Yes.
down South America?
Yes.
Oh.
Where was this?
I don't
Fake
know.
news.
As a matter of fact, I've got another
probably-
in January. I'm gonna be seeing my fourth set of ruins. 'Cause
nice.
That's my thing. So,
Probably just wasn't something that they were proud of.
yeah. That is so bizarre. How did I never hear that?
It's such a weird bird to want to worship.
I mean, like
I could see
maybe
like a peacock or something because it's kind of peacockish and they got feathers. That'd be
between
kind of
that
cool.
and like the cocoa beans and everything. That was like gold currency almost. With
Yeah.
them. But yeah, that turkey is weird. I hadn't heard that story.
Jingle Bells was originally a Thanksgiving song, written for church programs in the 1850s. But you know what? Christmas stole it. The first Macy's
Say that with a straight face.
The first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade
How dare
featured
Christmas.
live animals from Central Park Zoo. We're talking about camels, elephants, bears. Imagine walking down the street and hearing Santa roll behind a live tiger. Just, ho, ho, roar.
It might be the first with unalived animals if that happened, right?
This day and age, it's like, hey, I found Bigfoot. It was in the parade.
R.I.P. Harambe or whatever his name was from Ohio Zoo. Remember, he could have been down the.
I can't think of what his name was. The guy that
Harambe, right? Or what was the orangutan's name that in the zoo they put down in Ohio?
Harambe.
Harambe. You don't remember that?
I was thinking something else, but TV dinners were invented because of Thanksgiving. In 1953, a company accidentally ordered 260 tons of turkey they couldn't sell. A clever salesman decided, what if we freeze it in a tray? And poof, the TV dinner was born. Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird. He called it more respectable than a bald eagle,
Thank you.
which he thought was basically a bullying scavenger.
Can you imagine if we were eating bald eagles for Thanksgiving instead of turkeys?
That I don't know if I want to eat a bald eagle. Like,
Well, now,
have you
no,
seen
you'd be
them
arrested.
talons?
They're
I mean,
meaner.
just-
they look
they're
meaner
mean.
than shit.
Speaking of talons,
Yeah.
I went to, with my wife, we went to, what's it called? Costco.
Yeah.
And I was going to buy chicken feet and cook them.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
They have-
so fun fact: my mom.
Is it fun?
Does it come with
Well,
chicken shit too, or
it
do they clean
becomes
this the
fun.
feet?
My mom grew up, farm, and long story short, they plucked their own animals, cows, pigs, chickens, and it was my mom's job to clean the chickens. And so to make it more fun as a kid, she would take their legs after their legs were cut, and she would make them do the can.
Now that explains a lot about the way you are. Because I don't know if
know
it's
my mom's weird sense of humor.
I don't know if this episode's dropped yet, but wait till we drop the episode with Jackie's mom about chicken balls.
Yes, chicken balls.
I cannot
It's
wait.
gonna be so much fun. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we talked about, Jackie talked about how the night before Thanksgiving is the biggest bar night.
Yes.
They call it
Drinksgiving.
Drinksgiving because DUI spike, fight spikes, and everybody's hometown ex suddenly becomes hot again. So, you got to, drink up and get what you can. Turkeys can have heart attacks. Air Force test, once the Air Force tested it, they accidentally killed a flock of turkeys over a supersonic jet flyover. They just drop like dominoes. Feathery dominoes, but dominoes. Did you know Minnesota produces more turkeys than any other state? Roughly 40 to 45 million a year. Butterball, the turkey company, their hotline gets over 100,000 calls a year. The two most common questions: can I thaw my turkey in a bathtub? Second, is the turkey supposed to smell like that?
Yeah, they can get a funky smell if they are not quite where they need to be.
Did you know turkeys, wild turkeys, my favorite drink, wild turkey, can run up to 20 miles an hour? That's faster than some NFL linemen.
Hey, they can't fly?
They cannot fly.
WKRP prove that.
As God is my witness, I thought they could fly.
That's what happens when, it's a big fat bird with little bitty feathers. You can't really, wings.
It's like the Tyrannosaurus Rex of the dinosaurs of the birds.
Dinosaur birds. Yeah.
Did you know the largest turkey ever recorded weighed 86 pounds?
Why couldn't we eat ostriches for Thanksgiving dinner?
It's a big damn
I don't know.
bird.
Have you seen those eggs?
I know. You know how
they're hard to
many
crack.
people you could. We could lay one on this desk and probably carve it.
It would take all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of ostrich. You can ride an ostrich. I
Right.
don't know if I want to eat one.
But I wonder if it tastes good.
They say
I
it
don't
tastes like
know.
chicken.
Tastes like chicken.
I will say that, the park that is right by my house used to have emus, and long story short, those things move like velociraptors.
Yeah, they do.
And they were so fast, and the park actually had to take them out because they were stalking people, and they would come up against people when they were, petting the goats and the stuff, and they would people would turn around and scream because they were right in their faces. I was one of those people. I got stalked by an emu at the park, and I did not like it.
You'd be like, I want one omelet. Okay. How many eggs you want?
One.
Just one. Well, you can't make an omelet with one. You can with a ostrich egg. I don't know. They just creep me out. So do you guys want to talk about, because I think we're doing okay-ish on time, but we like to get off track. So do we want to talk about Black Friday chaos, or do we want to talk about Thanksgiving riots?
Well, since Black Friday comes after Thanksgiving, why don't you Thanksgiving first?
Maybe we'll have to do just a bonus Black Friday drop. Thanksgiving 1942, Phoenix, Arizona. The street should have smelled of turkey and pie, but instead it carried tension and smoke in the metallic
What
tang.
does tension smell like, you
of
think,
fear.
James?
I don't know, but you can cut it with a tension knife.
I bet you it smells like sweat. Late that
Crusty
night,
underwear.
I was not ready.
we're going to talk about soldiers who haven't bathed in like a week.
No, I'm taking the headset off. No.
Late that night, rumors swirled through the city that would ignite a deadly confrontation. Soldiers of the 364th Infantry, an all-black regiment stationed nearby in Papango Park, were off duty but restless. Their uniforms still smelling faintly of sweat and dust from their guard duty over the German POWs. They'd come to town to drink, unwind, and maybe laugh a little bit. But that night turned pretty dark pretty fast. I just wanted a beer, one private would later say, almost whispering the memory to himself in old age. But everything felt like it was waiting to explode. Somewhere a bottle smashed, voices rose, and anger and rumor collided. It began with an argument at the bar with an off-duty soldier who had allegedly struck a woman with a bottle. Soon military police from the 733rd arrived to arrest him. "Drop the knife! Don't make it worse!" shouted the sergeant. Waving a pistol that looked too small for the weight of the night, the soldier didn't drop it. He glared, chest heaving, knuckles white. The crowd surged. "You can just push us around? You can't just push us around. You can, but you can't." Another soldier yelled. Gunshots rang out. Fist in the air, first into the air, and then ricocheting off the walls. One soldier was hit in the leg, sending him to the pavement with a grunt that echoed down the alleyway. Panic rippled through the regiment. Rumors spread like wildfire. MPs were gunning down black soldiers in cold blood. Here you are. I mean, you got, still tensions are going to be high in the 40s, but you got soldiers. You're all Americans here. You're all soldiers. And to that MP, and I don't mean this in any bad way, because Dad told me when you sign up in the military, you are property of the United States government. Anything you do, you can get in trouble for. Like you go break your leg. Well, that's destruction of government property. So we're all people. We're not really property, but let's get along. Like, why can't we get along? But alcohol gets involved, things happen, bad choices get made. So it starts to become a war. Men grabbed rifles and pistols from the armory. "They're coming for us," someone shouted, and suddenly the regiment spilled into the streets of downtown Phoenix. Civilians screamed, ducking behind parked cars, and the air filled with the smell of gunpowder. One soldier crouched behind a lamppost, gripping his rifle, eyes darting between the flashing red and blue police lights. "We're not animals," he muttered under his breath, "but they make it feel like we are." Shots cranked again, punctuated by screams of the people caught in the crossfire and the sound of vehicles slamming into barricades as MPs tried to corral the chaos. By the time the dust settled, the toll was grim. 3 dead, which were 2 soldiers and 1 civilian, dozens more wounded, and at least 150 men arrested. 15 faced court-martials. Private Joe Sipp was sentenced to death, though FDR commuted his sentence later as a gesture that could not erase the terror of that night. People on the streets described it like a battlefield. Some houses were riddled with bullets, doors were splintered, windows shattered. The civilians who survived whispered that it wasn't a riot. It was a massacre waiting to happen. A tension long simmering in the segregated neighborhoods boiled over, and the city's authorities had poured gasoline on the fires. Come on, man. Even though it's the 40s, can't we all get along? Even in 2025, can't we all just get along?
Well, I wonder how many of is this around World War
II, 1942.
So I wonder how many of those people are there reluctantly because they were drafted.
Yeah, and
that's part of the problem too, probably.
And that's a lot of it is even after World War II, people were drafted, and it's one of those that, especially in some of those situations, you can't treat me like a citizen. You're going to treat me different. I have to deal with all this racism, all this hate, being looked down upon. But yet, when you draft me to come fight for your country, or, you still treat us that way. We're good enough to do this, but we're not good enough to be equal. And that is a shame. And we may go deeper into this because you know how we are. We like to pay respect to those fallen that don't always get the recognition that they deserve and to keep their memory alive, because it's something that didn't need to happen. I don't know if I said that loud enough for it to pick up, but awkward pause. And the soldiers, they were caught between two worlds, serving a country that demanded their loyalty abroad, but treated them lesser at home. We fought for freedom, one veteran recalled decades later, voice trembling. But that night, we realized freedom didn't fight for us. The city relocated the regiment afterward, first to Mississippi and then in Alaska, as if distance could erase the memory of the bullets slicing through the Thanksgiving night. Yet whispers still lingered, rumors of high death tolls, of executions were unrecorded, of families forever haunted by the fears. For the civilians and the soldiers alike, Thanksgiving 1942 became a nightmare, a stark reminder that sometimes the horrors of the world aren't always overseas or fiction, but they're lurking in the streets of your city, your hometown, your neighborhoods, during a holiday that was meant for gratitude and peace, ultimately ended up in violence. The riot remains largely forgotten today, an undercurrent of history, a cautionary tale of race, military authority, and human panic colliding in a single tragic night. And if you listen closely to those echoes, that chaos lingers, the gunshots, the shouts, the fear, a chilling reminder that even in a time of celebration, violence can unfold when tensions and rumors collide. So I think this will be something that sounds pretty interesting to dive in a little bit deeper into down the road, which is kind of interesting. I wanted to see some of the connections where they were moved around to see, what all that unit kind of did to pay tribute and respect to them. So as we're wrapping this up, I want to kind of end this on a little bit more of a positive note, because that's kind of a downer. So Thanksgiving, you got done eating, which movies start early in the day. Some people have lunch, some people have dinner, some people have second dinner. What movies are you going to watch on TV that are staples that come up on Thanksgiving? Because we don't really want to watch football, because we're not Bears fans, we're not Packers fans, and we're not Cowboy fans.
Well, probably none, because most of us will be asleep by then.
You don't wake back up?
No. I'm in food coma.
You don't watch Coming to America or Trading Places or
Nope.
get in that first?
If I did, it would be Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which is the only correct answer for a Thanksgiving movie.
Correct.
You don't watch the first playing of A Christmas Story or anything like that, or Christmas Vacation?
No,
because
that
after
happens after
That's
Thanksgiving.
after dinner, you can officially start putting up your Christmas tree. And if your Christmas tree's up, you can officially start decorating it.
Well, my mom started decorating on Halloween.
I don't know why people want to rush through Halloween to Christmas. Like, we have this awesome Thanksgiving holiday to spend time with your family that we may or may not get along with all the time, but you get along for a couple days a year. So since you guys don't watch TV and don't really care to watch football, when you make that Thanksgiving plate, Jimbo, what's on your Thanksgiving plate?
See, I'm a very, very picky eater. That's one thing you're going to find out about me. I don't like condiments on my sandwiches. I don't like Cheese Whiz on my cheese steaks.
Me too.
Once you go Cheese Whiz,
so I'm pretty normal. I take turkey, no dressing, no stuffing. Give me mashed potatoes with dark gravy. Give me mac and cheese. And give me some corn, maybe some green beans. Not green bean casserole.
like dark gravy.
Beans.
We're talking like brown gravy, red eye gravy, coffee gravy.
Brown gravy.
You said dark, so I was like, I don't know. Is it haunted gravy?
And some rolls. That's all I need.
That's it?
I don't need no dessert. That's all I need. I'll just go back and get more.
Do you eat at your house or do you go to families?
Families.
Well, Jimbo's coming. We'll just make us some green beans and some rolls and a turkey, and he's fine.
Yeah. I'm very, I think about the family and the cost.
Jackie, what's on your plate?
I don't go crazy. Deviled eggs, a little bit of turkey, salad, cranberry. It's kind of where I'm at.
And if I'm lucky, I'll get a turkey leg.
Get turkey leg. Mm-hmm. At your parents' house or your house, do you host?
So Sean and I used to spend the day traveling. And I mean, when I say the day, we would leave at like 8 a.m. and we would probably have to hit like 5 Thanksgivings. And we were so sick of food by the end of the day.
I kind of regret not doing that because there's a lot of family you don't get to see, and that's the best time to do it.
We did it. And unfortunately, we're down to our own family tradition and just my parents. Everyone else has moved on in the world. And but it was wonderful because we were surrounded by people all day. Yeah. And they just kept feeding us, and we were miserable by the end of the day, but we laughed the entire way. And it was always a wonderful day to drive and to see everyone. And it was just really good memories.
The best way to show love is through food, you know? So that's their way of showing love and compassion is by feeding you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You couldn't walk in my grandma's door if she was still alive to this day. First words out of her mouth are you hungry? You may fix you something? No, Grandma, I just ate. Well, I can whip you up something. It won't take me long. I don't know how she cooked that. I think she had it ready. She felt like somebody was coming over, so she has something on standby. So, what's on my plate? Or
2 plates.
Plates. First, this one doesn't count as a plate because it never hits a plate. The first thing is deviled eggs. Before anybody else arrives, we start on deviled eggs. It's not my fault if you don't get any. Get your ass there in time because
we do something kind of weird that I think you guys might appreciate. You know St. Elmo's Steakhouse?
Yeah.
You know their cocktail sauce for their shrimp? Every year, somebody's responsible for bringing shrimp and that cocktail sauce, but then we add extra horseradish to it.
And it already takes your breath away. Like
and
you can't tell
anyone.
You can't swallow St. Elmo's, and you can get it at most stores. It's phenomenal.
They grind their horseradish in-house.
You can't breathe in and swallow at the same time because it will literally take your breath away.
It will cure COVID. I will say that. You can smell and taste and you can hear things that you've never heard after you have some of this horseradish.
It's really an Indiana delicacy that you can get without going to the restaurant.
Yes.
And it's, I love eating my little white trash shrimp, my little baby shrimp because I'm too poor to buy colossal, but it's so good. So, we eat that. We graze on rolls as we're waiting for the food to get ready, So we're still not even on a plate yet. We're just grazing. Maybe getting a little full because when you eat about a full thing of deviled eggs yourself, it starts to cram up on you. But that's why you wear elastic pants and you kind of push everything back down. So the first plate, you're going to get some ham, some turkey. You're going to have that ham cooked in Coca-Cola and brown sugar to perfection. You get that canned Ocean Spray cranberry sauce, and you slice it along the ridge, and you throw it on top of your piece of turkey. Then you get mashed potatoes and mac and cheese. A scoop of yams probably, because it's just a little bit goes a long way. Kind of like plate dessert. Like after we eat this whole plate, there's a little bit of dessert. Maybe some corn to put in your mashed potatoes because KFC got something right. Brown gravy, popcorn chicken, and corn, mashed potatoes, that all goes together fantastic. So you kind of make your own little mashed potato bowl with some turkey. And then you go for that other plate. Maybe it's like plate 3 at this point because I don't care if it touches. It just depends on.
I think plate 3 should be a Patreon episode.
So dessert, it could be a slice or two, or it could be a whole pumpkin pie with Cool Whip on top. About a 2-to-1 Cool Whip to pie ratio is about where it's at. Within a 24-hour period, a whole pie is going to get eaten.
Oh my gosh, that just.
It's how it goes.
This weekend and my stomach still hurts. I'm like, no, I'm good.
And then if there's apple pie, you have to have a piece of apple pie. Sometimes there's like a frozen chocolate pie.
You put a piece of cheese on your apple pie?
No, I don't. I don't know what kind of blasphemy you're talking about.
He puts Cheese Whiz on it.
Cheese Whiz is good for cheesesteaks. Then you have that apple pie, like we were saying. If you got some ice cream, that'd make it even better. Sugar cream pie, but it's got to be Wix. And then second dinner consists of leftover, more mac and cheese, mashed potatoes. Then you take that roll and you butterfly that roll open. and you put a piece of ham in it with all that pop, all that Coke and brown sugar that kind of get into that, then you eat little ham sliders. And then you go back for more pie. That's about Thanksgiving dinner in a nutshell. Every bit of 6, 7, 8,000 calories.
6, 7.
Wasn't what I was going for, but
I got you, buddy.
but it's just a really good day to hang out with people you don't get to see all the time. And, Christmas is about gifts to a lot of people, and it's not about who you're with. Thanksgiving is really one of those days to just enjoy the people that you're with. So if you don't enjoy the people that you're with today, we hope at least you enjoyed us.
Well, and let's not be remiss that some people don't have family to enjoy with, but there's even some that have missing children still. So I still think it's appropriate that we do cover a missing child for this episode. So, Jackie, do you have our missing child for this episode?
I sure do. Today we are looking for Kamisha Douglas, missing child case number M548557502. She's been missing since October 4th of 2025 out of Omaha, Nebraska. Current age is 17 years old. Any information regarding Kamisha, please call the Douglas County Sheriff's Office in Nebraska at 402-444-6641. Please, let's bring her home. I know her family is looking for her.
Right. So just remember, we hope you're having a great Thanksgiving. And if you're not, we hope we put a little smile on your face, had a little bit of fun. So this has been Dark Discoveries.
Where the deeper you dive,
The darker it gets.
And now to find out what Dustin puts on his fourth plate.